Because imagine 3,000 years ago, 400 years ago, all this like TV, all this distraction of entertainment, all this stuff is not there to distract you, right? What did they have back in the day? How did they live? You know? Everybody, welcome to another week of the Holding the Vibe podcast. To this week, it's just a different perspective. It's a chill vibe this week, talking about life itself, the journey, existence, your existence. Is like life is like a movie, you know. And the thing about life, you can write your own story. The Matrix mind game is there, yes. The game of life is there. That's for survival. You got to play the game. And I always say, play the game to win, right? You know what I mean? But when you win in the position you put yourself in, how life's gonna be, how your story gonna be, that's all on you, right? Ain't that saying? Yeah, man, that's what life's all about. So, yeah, today just be talking about life itself, man, and what's life's about. You know what I mean? Life's like a movie, man. Life's a story. Life's a journey. How your journey gonna be? Is it up to you, or you gonna dictate it to the Matrix mind game? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? So tap in, hold the vibe, like and share the video, subscribe, and I'm gonna catch y'all after the intro. CLP, Channel Star. Yeah. Before I go any further, like and share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed as yet. If you're a new viewer, hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Help me grow this channel. This is the Holding the Vibe podcast. I'm CLP. Big up 2025. You know what I'm saying? We here. Damn it? China style. What up, everybody? How all is doing? Hope all is well. And if not, hoping you're back on track sooner than later. So you can add to your thing, you know what I mean? Channel style. Yeah, man, we're here, man. Another week. You know what I mean? Just holding the vibe, talking about some things. And this week, I don't know what to say. You see the title, right? This is like a movie, man. It's like a story that you get to write. You write your own story. You know what I'm saying? Existence is like a privilege. But it's also like you have a mission, something to accomplish, or overall, something to get into, you know. Life is someone else, man. I call it a game. And overall, I call it a Matrix mind game. You know? And in these times that we're in, because imagine 3,000 years ago, 400 years ago, all this like TV, all this distraction of entertainment, all this stuff is not there to distract you, right? What did they have back in the day? How did they live? You know? And then we had the stories of the transition when things were transitioning a couple of years ago, a couple hundred years ago, with the history that they're trying to hide, what we're digging into. You know? We're digging into get understanding because why they don't talk about that part of history? Why they don't talk about history, our history? Making it seem like nothing happened or it happened this way. Then all the propaganda with the Hollywood and then what they present on the TV and the movies, how they give it to us. But that's actually part of a social engineering scheme. All the entertainment, even music, the different genres of music. You know what I'm saying? It's to give you ideas to lead in a certain direction, you know. When you're young and full of enthusiasm, you get caught up. I don't know how to put this, right? But we're just gonna get it off my chest. We're born into this world and the world's already dictated. The world tells you how to do or what's happening and what you gotta do. That's engineering. That's social engineering. Like that's a social engineer society where you're dictated, you know, and your circumstances leave you in a position on how to think, and then you have people giving you ideas. With you know, through different influences, you have ideas. Like when I always wonder, why do they call the inner city projects when officially the projects were to actually help the people that can afford things back in the day, right? But today we have the projects overwhelmed with the harshest conditions for survival. And in 2000 they got so bad that they knocked down most of the projects throughout the cities and built up freaking shopping centers, or even replace them with new homes and new settings. You know what I'm saying? How was it the setup? But some of the harshest conditions to survive. You know what I mean? And if you're living this life and you get to tell your story, or you get to write a story, you're gonna write the story from your perspective of how you going through, how you getting through all these things, getting through life, all the different circumstances, different happenings. You know? And surviving becomes number one, becomes the most important thing. You know? Oh man. I'm just looking at reality for like how you gonna be successful, how you gonna make it through, how you gonna get in a position for success? That's the question, right? But how can you answer the question when you have to keep it moving and you can't stop? Reality dictates. You know? So, as we move and we live and we learn, we gain insights. Other people say you can listen to their stories and read books and pick it up. But to be honest, reality is real. It's forever growing. The Matrix is growing with reality. So things years ago is not happening now. There's advance. They're advancing whatever they're doing. So you gotta grow with it and grow with the advancedness. Try to understand it and make it through. I say this a lot and I say this often. Why is there inflation when it's affecting the people? Why the government has inflation on everything when it's affecting the people? You know what I'm saying? But that's the other issue in the story of life. And how can you write your story, even understand the life stories when you're so busy? I call it busy surviving. And it's true, right? We're busy surviving every day. You know what I mean? With the little bit of time we have, you sleep. Me, I'm holding on for this podcast, holding the vibe. You know what I'm saying? We're here to tell a story, your story, or even make your story. That's what existence is about. But you know, it's interesting to understand what happened in the past. In these times that we are, it is, well, how can I say this? Because misleading, lies, not told, the untold stories, the jaw-dropping events. You know what I'm saying? The stories, the hidden information, the misleading. But these are the times we're in. And we gotta survive no matter what's going on. You know? It's all about Benjis, right? It's all about the Benjamin. Plain and simple. With inflation, it fight against you. And I mean building and adding up all your money that you have in the world. With inflation, it's just like life's a continual thing, man. But you live and you learn as you grow, and you gotta adjust. As the Matrix goes on, you have to adjust to that shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's what you want. And I'm on this podcast right now, just chilling, holding the vibe, you know what I mean? And I'm like, life is what it is. It's a journey in the sense of you chasing and want to put yourself in a position where you can embrace life and enjoy life, right? Or you can always be in a chasing position because the Matrix is always on. And it's like steps, positioning. Position you're in, you know what I mean? You don't want to be chasing and be running around all the time. You want to be relaxed. Equal out, laid out, not laid out, but equal. You want to be relaxed. Where you can make decisions and choices that's going to add and you're able to grow. and build. You know what I'm saying? If one thing ain't working, I do different things, maneuver, switch it up. All while steady adding your paper up, because it's all about the Benjamins. We all need money, so you have to work at the end of the day. But you don't want to get lost into just working. And you know what? Even worse, just working, paying your bills, and that's not it. And you're not adding and growing. You're maintaining and staying at a level. That's a bad thing. It's a good thing for maintaining, but you have to grow in order to build and manifest something great. You know what I'm saying? And we all have something great that we're chasing after, that we're building. We all have that. That's why we're here. That's why we exist. And that's that story, your story. We live in it. I was listening to this program the other day, and they're talking about before you were born, you plan your life ahead. You plan with what you want to do and the situations you want to go through. You know what I'm saying? You have an entire goal that you set, because before you were born in existence, you see the life that you want to live. You see where you want to go and experience. And when you're born, you don't remember it, but you're born with it in you. So you have to discover that within yourself. And it's all part of your story, because then your journey begins once you start seeing it. And it's crazy, from my experiences, you're going to be doing things without understanding why you're doing things. But it makes sense later on when it all adds up and comes together. That's for me. I do a lot of things when I was younger without understanding where it's leading to. But that's just the vibration I was feeling. And I don't know if y'all feel like that out there. But, hey, I'm holding the vibe right now on this podcast, right? You know, I thought so much about a lot of different things. When I was about 15, I was looking at, I was like, I was like, isn't the Indians the same as the black people? And after that 15, when I thought about that, right, I'm like, Indians are the same as black people, right? I heard that Columbus was like, he got lost, and the people in the Americas look like the people in India, you know what I mean? So he called them Indians. That's what I heard. But I was thinking, like, come on. And now, forward to the information I'm looking at, that the Indians are the black people. The black Americans are the Indians of history that they don't talk about. But there's so life is so much. Yeah, it's all about what you want to get into, and what you want. You gotta get to it. Yeah, man, so the podcast, we talk about everything on the podcast, you know what I mean? And one of the main things I really want to talk about is the history, because we got to get into it and understand the history. So maybe next week I get back more into it, because this week I'm just talking about self, or ourself, or you. You know? The life journey that we are living, we are all on, we are creating, we are telling the story. Whoever heard that we all have talent? So what's your talent? This is my talent for sure. But I feel like my talent is more in the entertaining side. That's why I can make beats. And I'm a thinker. So, I present my thoughts in these vibrations. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's my story, y'all. Trying to get to the bottom of existence. Because remember, when we were born, we forget all of that. Everything before, pre-born. So now we here into the world. We into this matrix, this mind game. The world's out for power. The world's out to control you and take everything you got. What Claude Schwab say? Own nothing and be happy. That's where we're headed into. Own nothing and be happy. Y'all not accepting that, are y'all? But that's if you live by today's standards. If you're not following or going on your path. But if you're caught up in the matrix, in the system, remember, all the distractions are there to hold you. All the entertainment are there to hold you and entertain you as you're stuck in the matrix. Working every day, going to jobs you don't like. Doing what you gotta do, surviving, dreading life, but don't know what to do. Struggling, surviving, winning. But without information, it doesn't matter what position you're in. You're still gonna get caught up in the matrix. You know what I'm saying? Without the information, without realizing what's going on, because all the distraction is gonna hold you down and hold you. So how your story gonna be? How your journey gonna be? Look at the distraction of the world stage. Look what's going on. Look at the hip-hop psyop. Look how it's having all these kids. Look at their story. Some story ends early. The young rappers and all of that. Their story ends early. Others are trapped. You know what I'm saying? But on this experience, on this life, you have the opportunity to tell your story. You know what I mean? You have the opportunity to live all that stuff that you planned before you were born. But even though you don't remember it, it's the vibration that comes up. And by how you feel as you're moving along through life. You know what I mean? I didn't know about YouTube. I didn't know about podcasts and all of that. But you know what's crazy? I remember when I was a youth in Jamaica, I was like 7 years old, 5, 6, 7 years old. On the radio, man, on the radio, people would come up and they would do story time, you know? And they would have all these different stories on the radio, and I would listen to stories, though. You know what I'm saying? So isn't this like a podcast? Podcasts is all ideas like that. You can give your story. You can create different scenarios and stuff like that. Me, I'm just holding the vibe with the people of the world, you know what I mean? So, yes, 2025 is here. And we here, and we're just building, adding to the thing, you know what I mean? To tap in. Like, subscribe, share the video, subscribe, comment if you're vibing, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate the view, you know? Life is like a movie. It's a story. What's your story gonna be like? Like those Hollywood stories with all the weird stuff. Hollywood stories with the champions. I mean, hey, it is what it is, right? Now, what else we want to talk about today? Let me see what I got. You know what? We're just going to keep this one short. Just a little point across about life, you know what I mean? Life, journey, this existence, your story. People can tell you their story. History is his story, you know what I'm saying? But your story is unique to you. How you see it, how you live it. And success comes. Just gotta work for it, go get it, you know what I mean? And that's the thought this week. That's the vibration I'm talking about. So appreciate the views. Thank y'all for watching. And I will catch y'all next week on the next vibration. CLP, we out.